Hey, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install NOX Android emulator on a Windows 10 PC. Now, NOX is an Android emulator designed for Windows, and what we're going to do is run over the minimum requirements to run this properly. So the minimum requirement operating system is going to be Windows 7, but what recommended is Windows 10. For processing power, you're going to want at least an AMD dual-core processor or Intel. Multi-core with virtualization is recommended. For video, you want at least OpenGL 2. Anything higher performing is going to be better. Then for the RAM that you want on the PC is at least 1.5 gigabytes. 4 gigs is recommended. Hard disk space, at least 1 gig, but 2 gigs is recommended. And you're always going to need a broadband connection no matter what you're using. So that takes care of the minimum requirements. Let's start to install. So we're going to open up our browser. Go to Google and type in NOX. And now the first thing that's going to come up is NOXplayer. The official URL is bignox.com. On the front page here, you'll see a download link, and you'll see popular games like Among Us being advertised, which is one of those games that you can install when you have this installed. We'll let it download. You can see the file size is 410 megs. That's about the size of the operating system Android, so you'll notice that will be roughly the same size with other emulators as well. So we'll just click on this and start the installation setup. Now the version that you're going to be using inside NOX, the version of Android that you're going to be using is version 7. So we'll get prompted here for access. This is to install the application on your PC. You can click on yes, and we'll continue the installation. One of the first things we're going to see here when we try to install is that we have to read and accept the agreement. That's a checkmark box here on the left-hand side. And if you want to customize it, you have some options to do so. Customizing changes, you can change the default location that's installed in. By clicking on Browse, you can change that. Desktop shortcuts, adding it to the toolbar, these are all standard. So you can just click on Install, and we can continue the installation process. Depending on your CPU, this might take a few minutes. Installing the components might take a bit, so what we'll do is we'll speed this section up. If you find this video useful, please don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, now that everything is installed, we have the option to click on Start, and that's what we're going to do here. If you look on the desktop, we have a couple of shortcuts that have been loaded for us to quickly start it up. So here we go. It's just going to expand some files and start up the player. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, Android 7 is the operating system that it's been loading onto this emulator. And here we are at the main desktop. So now we've successfully installed the NOXplayer on a Windows 10 PC. There's a few setup steps that's going to allow you to explore the options that are available. And you can just click on Next. It's just indicating where the App Center is and where you can switch back and forth from your desktop and within the apps itself. And some configuration steps that you can also do here as well in customizing the changes, and of course FAQs. So you're going to be prompted to log into the Google Play Store. We're not going to do that yet, but if you want to access any app that you normally would from the Google Play Store, you can do so by logging in. Over here on the left hand side, we have some options. So you can full screen this, expand it to the full size of the window, and then of course you can quickly exit this by hitting the escape key on your keyboard. On the left-hand side, we have some options. Settings is over here at the top. And this is pretty much the standard set of options that you'll have depending on the emulator that you're using. You can change the performance settings, the interface that you're using. You can customize how it looks. Game settings, if you want to modify and optimize it to however you want. If you want to emulate a phone or a model that you're using that you're connected to, you can put that in here. And if you want to back up any of your data that you've saved or gameplays, you can do so. And then of course, shortcuts. So if you want to play a game and you want to quickly create some shortcuts for your keyboard, that can be done here. Now, if you want to log into the Google Play Store, and we'll quickly do an example for you right now. So you launch the Play Store, and the first thing it's going to ask you to do is enter in your email address. So we're going to go ahead and type in our email address here. And then next it'll ask for your password, put that in, and then it'll go through its agreement. So here we go, we're done. We can click on agree. It's going to get your account information and it's going to sign you into the Google's Play Store. If you want to back up everything to your Google Drive, you can have it selected. We're going to turn it off, but that's up to you. Click on accept and it automatically brings you into the Google Play Store with some suggested games. You can click on the search in the right hand corner, type in whatever game you want. We'll go ahead and do Among Us because it's been so popular. So we typed it in, it pops up, click on install, and then there you go. Now Among Us isn't a very big program. It quickly loads on the PC, and we have launched it in the emulator on a Windows 10 desktop. One of the things you can do is just full screen this, and then you get into the full game mode. So you're in full screen game mode, and this is the way most people like it. So that's how you install the NOXplayer on a Windows 10 PC. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a like and consider subscribing to the channel as we explore more gaming emulators on Windows 10 PCs and other operating systems as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.